Welcome to the Nate and Dorin podcast. We are professional videographers based in Vancouver, Canada, and we are here to talk about relevant topics within the video and media industry. I'm Nate, and I run Nate Dixon Media.
And I'm Dorin, the videographer, solo entrepreneur offering video production services. And today, we're going to talk about some highlights of 2021, our favorite projects, some new experiences we had in the past year, and some hard lessons we've learned. And we'll chit-chat about, prospects for 2022. It's our first podcast of 2022, and we were hoping to make this a live, or not necessarily live stream, but like the video to go live right at the end of 2021, but we both kind of had the sniffles, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, I completely lost my voice for like a week there.
Yeah, and then the week after that, I had a cough for 2 weeks, and it's like, great, I can't talk. Oh well.
But here we are.
Here we are. Persistence.
On the other side.
Resilience, yeah.
Patience.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, no choice, but yeah. So, Nate, what was your favorite project of the past year?
That's a tough one. There's been some really fun ones, and
you can mention top 3 if you want.
Well, if I had to narrow it down to just one, I think my favorite was actually one that you kind of hooked me up with. It was filming for the One Dance Experience where was that? Richmond?
Yes.
Yeah. So where we set up, and that was like my first full day filming a dance competition like that, and
by full day,
oh my gosh, the days
13-hour day,
so long, and you just can't move. You have to stay there. You can stand up and stretch your legs here and there, but it's just
how many jobs can do that?
As soon as the one dance finishes, second one is starting really quick. So I guess it's better than the alternative of having delays all the time and you're there till like 2 a.m.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't do it too many times like you did. You had that kind of
3
dance
months
competition hell.
Non-stop, no weekends, no nothing.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So I could not do it for that long, but for that small sliver of a couple days there, that was really fun. And just really connecting with some new people, networking, like Debbie and Reagan and Nate. They were all really nice, and like making sure that we got fed, got our lunches and snacks and drinks,
sushi and freshie. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of bowls of chicken, whatever. So that's good.
Technically, isn't that a new experience as well? Have you done a dance comp before?
Yeah, that is a new experience too.
Hey,
yeah, so it's a twofer.
Yeah.
But that one was really great, and just hit it off with the people I met there. That's where I met like Sam, and like I got to shoot again with Sam and Debbie, and doing some more video for them. So it's been really great, and I can all trace it back to that.
Sweet.
And it's pretty fun.
It's also listening to music because it's a dance competition, so loud music the whole day.
Oh yeah, the hip hop dances are definitely my favorites. So fun to listen to.
High energy, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. For me, one of my favorite projects last year was I did a live streaming multi-camera for a game show. So that was also a new experience. So here's another 2-for-1. And yeah, it was fun. It was, stretching my wings using all my equipment, and also helping out the game show master with purchasing like scoreboard type of things, like for each contestant, how do you update the points they have, right? So I kind of looked that up and found this random electronic sign company in Toronto.
Oh,
And it was like for a window shop, but you could simultaneously control all the like scoreboards, sort of the all the signs at the same time through software. So it was like perfect, and it was well within budget. So the client was super happy. I was super happy because I was like, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work. I was kind of nervous. But yeah, it all worked out great, and we had like 4 weekends of live streaming, and it was fun. Like the game show was fun, and yeah, it was definitely my favorite project of 2021.
do you feel that extra energy when something's being live streamed instead of recorded? Like, do you get a little more amped up knowing that like people are watching this right now?
Oh yeah, like there's the pressure of, hey, make sure your fingers are not accidentally gonna touch and oops, oops, oops. Like every time that happens, it's like, people are gonna judge. Um, but yeah, I definitely felt that energy, and the fact that um, it was kind of like a test project. It's not a full on like endorsed game show. This was kind of like the pilot or the test for some sponsors. So they just like improv held it in a pub, right? So there was
Mm.
live audience, there was like a very lively atmosphere. So that definitely amped me up too. Um, I think the biggest the biggest thing was everyone else's job, because I was aware of what everyone else was supposed to do because it's live and it's like update the score, and like it was hard to sometimes focus on my stuff because I was like aware of other people what they're doing, and
Mm.
lots of fun.
Right on.
Yeah. But speaking of new experiences, did you have any other
Mm.
new experience in 2021?
Oh, yeah, another good one.
Mm.
I saw on Shy K Films' Instagram. He was, or was it when we had him on the podcast? Actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it was when we had him on the podcast as a guest. He had mentioned that he's filming something at like a wildlife sanctuary. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Do you mind if I like tag along and shoot some behind the scenes for you and stuff? So he set it up, so I got to come with, and I got to help be like second shooter and also getting behind the scenes of DJ Goddess. She is like has a pretty big music career, I guess, and she wanted some like glamour photos with a giant boa constrictor snake and like lizards and stuff like that. So she had like this snake suit on, and she's getting these giant heavy snakes and posing with them. And then afterwards, they asked us like, "Hey, do you guys want to hold the snake?" I'm like, "Yes." That's so sweet. So that was like the heaviest snake I've ever held. It was like, I
Wow.
don't know, me. It felt maybe like 30, 35 pounds. I was
Okay.
like, wow, this is heavier than I expected. And I love
Do
snakes.
some
Like I've
squats
never,
with it.
yeah, live weight. There you go. So that
So
was really
was
fun.
that the first time with a boa constrictor? Because I know at our previous job you held the python, right?
Yeah, I don't know all the intricacies actually between the snakes, but that snake was definitely smaller than this one. That one you could like it would like wrap around your hand and go up and down. This one you have to put it on your shoulders. It's
Mm-hmm.
hefty. Like if you had it just on your arm, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how long you could hold it up. It'd just be like weighing you down. So that was something new and fun. What about you? What was a new experience you had in 2021?
Yeah, I'll answer that in just a second. But
Okay.
sorry, just to clarify. So like you also got to film this snake, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, filming some. Shy was mainly just doing handheld and
Mm-hmm.
using like a prism
Or
and
sorry, you
kind of
said you
getting
did behind the scenes.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So I brought my gimbal, and yeah, I was kind of switching from getting some shots of Shia, getting some shots of DJ Goddess, and just yeah, getting a little bit of everything. Just kind of
Mm-hmm.
happy to be there, getting some cool stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did the snake behave? the whole day, or was there
Yeah.
any oopsies?
No, the snake behaved. When she had the iguana had really sharp claws, so it like got stuck on some of her clothes. So they had to like
Mm.
forcefully remove it in a certain way so it didn't like scrape and rip her dress.
Mm.
So yeah, the iguana was very sticky and claws everywhere. So
Cat-like.
yeah.
For me, what other new experience? I got to film on ice for the first time. Um, it was for like a hockey promotional video, which was also like one of my top three favorite projects of last year. Um, and yeah, I bought from Future Shop, or sorry, from Sports Check.
Best Buy? Oh, Smart Check. It's like Future Show doesn't
I
exist
know,
anymore.
I know, right? Oh, 2005 Dorin. Um, no, from Sport Check, I bought like special like little cleats that you attach to or studded kind of like rubber soles that you attach to your boots to be able to walk on the ice. Um, and they mostly did their job. I had to ask the hockey players to like rough up the ice for me, cause so that it has some crevices to like latch into. Otherwise, you'd still slip. But yeah, that was. I was super nervous because I'm a big awkward guy, and I'm like just picturing myself like if I slip and ruin my camera in front of a client too, and I break a rib, what am I gonna do? I'll be too traumatized and embarrassed. But it turned out great. The shots were great. The experience was great, and I would definitely do it again. So that was a new experience and one that I really enjoyed.
That's awesome. What kind of rig did you take on the ice? Like, did you just do handheld, gimbal, tripod?
I think we did a couple of tripod shots, but I did do a couple of shots handheld where I kind of walked. I didn't want to run because I wasn't confident enough, but I did walk along with them while as they were like um in hockey, you still say dribbling, right?
More like stick handling.
Stick handling. Okay, yeah, stick handling. Um, so some close-ups of the oops, hit the mic. Some close-ups of the stick handling and slap shots and all that. Um, and a few over the shoulder, like face off, dramatic. Yeah. So
Yeah, I remember watching that first draft that you sent me, and I was like, oh yeah, there's some sick shots in there.
yeah, like every single videographer I've showed that video were like, "How much did you charge for this, man? You should have charged like $5,000 for it." I'm like, yeah, I didn't think it would turn out this good. I was so focused on how am I gonna film on ice because the client was like, yeah, film a promotional video for hockey, and I'm like, how can I film this outside the rink? And then I realized like the best shots are gonna be in there as well, the close-up shots.
hmm
So uh,
And you didn't feel comfortable enough putting on skates yourself?
I've never skated, so that
Yeah,
was
that would have ended up worse, probably.
some. I've actually looking up this thing. There's actually in the States a few exclusive skating videographers. That's all they do. They do like they cater to a niche of like, oh, I'm a very good skater. I'm very natural with the camera as well, and yeah, they have an awesome portfolio specifically for that. Figure skating, hockey players, all that stuff. But not for me.
Mm.
I'm too much of a control freak. I don't like I don't want to be on ice. I don't want to even go with the what do you call it? Like like going down the snow with a sleigh or something. Like I don't want to do
Oh,
any of that.
like tubing where you can't like steer at all?
Yeah, it's slippery. Like okay, like okay, steer or stop. Good luck with that. Like no, too much out of my comfort zone. But for a job, I carefully waited, and I'm like, okay, this is the safest I can approach it, and I'll just script write the shots in such a way that I don't need to do anything intensive. For the intensive stuff, I just used the 70 to 200 lens, and I positioned in a way where it was obvious that it looked like I was there in the center of the ice, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a new experience and that was a lot of fun. But 2021 also had some hard lessons. What's
Mm.
one you had to deal with?
Well, it's something that I've realized in 2021 is I do not enjoy editing only jobs. My ideal ratio is probably like 75% shooting, 25% editing. That's what I realized. That's like the ratio I'm kind of landing on. That's the sweet spot for me. That brings me the most
Hmm.
joy. If it's all
Okay.
editing, it just saps the fun out of it. And it's just, especially if you're not working with your own footage, like
Hmm.
if it's your own footage, then it's kind of like, oh, cool, that shot did work out. It gives a little extra
Hmm.
stuff. But I took on a few too many editing only jobs that were like long and kind of repetitive. And it reminded me of working at our old job
Yeah.
together, where sometimes it's the same thing over and over. And I'm just like, so yeah.
Welcome to episode 26 of Archaeology. Yeah. So, but yeah, this because I was gonna ask for some context here. Are you referring to what you're currently dealing with at your employed job, or are you talking about freelance stuff?
Both, honestly.
Okay.
Like there was some of that at the start of my full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, it's scaled back quite a bit. They've like kind of revamped things and changed where I spend my time and my priorities. So there's less of that. But then also, I took on an editing only job near the end of the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, sure, it sounds pretty
Like a
straightforward.
gig.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with someone who I work with there as
Mm.
like
Oh,
a
okay.
side project there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, near the end of it, I was like, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
It's just draining me so much. I'd rather skip that and focus more on like a live stream or a shoot or something where
Mm-hmm.
it brings me more joy.
And when you say live stream, which aspect are you referring to? Like
Well,
live switching, camera operating, the whole
either.
setup. Like, do you like when you say filming? Do you also include like setting up, like figuring out what's the perfect camera angle, what's the perfect camera settings? How do we stage a nice focus pull between
Hmm.
foreground and background? You know what I mean? Like, there's the creative, artistic filming, and then there's the boring, like, or sorry, simple. Like I'm just pointing camera at a podium with the guy talking. Like,
Mm.
can you uh, exemplify or like can you give me
Give us,
examples?
yeah, I can elaborate more. Yeah,
Elaborate, thank you.
well, the thing about live streams is just a live stream. You don't need to do any editing. It's like it's like the just the best part, and then it's over. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's great. I gotta work more on that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was asking about how you felt with the game show earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm live streaming something and I see like live interaction and people like saying, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like you really feel connected, and it's almost like a performance in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like how a musician comes in, they set up their, you know, let's say their drum or their guitar, and like they get it already on stage. You get the lights, and then you have your performance. Like
And you see
as a
people like
videographer,
engaged with it, yeah.
yeah, you're feeling the crowd. Live stream is just kind of like a different way of doing that. You're not the center of attention, but you're
Work
helping
is.
communicate. Yeah, whatever your subject is,
Mm-hmm.
you're helping connect them to an audience and to people for like a wedding or a concert. So, uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the stuff I want to try and do more of.
Okay. So no, you're gonna be more uh evasive of editing only jobs.
I'll be very, very picky about editing only jobs.
Hey
Yeah.
man, send them my way.
If you can do 3 months of dance competitions over and over, I'm sure you can handle
Yeah.
monotonous
I
editing.
was thinking actually my first gig when I went full time freelance was a 120 part 5 minute each video, like a learn how to dance type of like master class.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was paid good at least, but Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do like I think yeah. I can do entire projects like that, but I would need to spice it up with an occasional project that's my own creative stuff or filming, as you said. I can't imagine doing a full year of only editing. Yeah,
Mm,
probably a 60 filming, 40 editing would be my ideal, but
mm,
yeah.
gotcha.
One hard lesson I learned in last year, which is kind of just a repeat of the previous years as well, but it's something I obviously need to work more on, is communication with clients, just refining it a little bit in the sense of like I make assumptions, especially when you have like three clients in a row that are like they know they've had video shoots before and they know how to prepare for it, and then you have that fourth client after that that's like first video like, oh, I was supposed to, sorry, I didn't know you're filming me like waist up. I didn't bring a proper shirt or something. Like, oh, okay, I should have explained like even how to dress for a video, like stuff like that, or just making assumptions, thinking the client knows something that seems
Mm,
obvious to you, but maybe it's not obvious to them. Like, oh, this room is really echoey. Like, yeah, they say, okay, yeah, let's film in my office. I'm like, okay, it's an office. Like, no, it's an office in their mansion and it's a 15-foot ceiling. That's different.
mm,
Ask
mm-hmm.
questions. Ask for a picture. Can I see your office, please? So, yeah, just, you know, refining communication for me.
Right. So you can come in more prepared.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, I was really hesitant and shy of doing this because I thought I would scare clients off by asking too many questions. And because I got at the very beginning, I had a few clients that just stopped responding when I was asking like as many questions as possible to prepare myself for the filming. But now I realize I just need to approach it in such a way, like don't ask those questions first, ask those questions after you've locked in, like, okay, you're interested in my services,
Mm,
we can make this happen. So let's talk about, the little details.
mm-hmm.
And now I figured
Yeah.
out when the time is. I just need to carefully weigh my client's experience, so if they've had a video shoot before or not, so I know how to approach them. Anyway, yeah, 2021. Yeah. Would you say 2021 was a good year, business wise?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a great year business wise for me.
Mm-hmm.
A good mix of getting that full time job, but also doing lots of freelance stuff too.
Oh, that's really good, Nate. I'm happy
So
to hear that.
yeah.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What about
for
you?
me, 2021, like despite still being a pandemic and restrictions and weddings getting canceled last second, or clients saying like, "Oops, we got COVID, postpone a month." Like, okay, it was still. I think I have yet to do my close of the year, accounting wise, but I think it's my best year yet. So I'm super pumped.
Hmm, that's awesome.
Yes.
And you made some more gear investments too, right?
Oh yeah, I think we talked about it in the last couple of episodes. Got an
Mm,
FX3. I got a bunch of stuff for Black Friday. Got like a white lav mic for like weddings or white shirt um, talent. Um, anyway, yeah,
mm-hmm.
got some stuff. I got a newer green screen, like one of those ones that you just fold up so you don't have to deal with wrinkles and stuff.
Mm,
Oh yeah. So
nice.
yeah, I'm done with like, oh, let me unpack this wrinkly thing and hang it up and try and stretch it, and like this thing you just bring it up, done. 10-second setup, not half-hour
Super
setup.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. So, refining communication.
hmm.
What else are you aiming to improve in 2022, Doran?
Oh, to improve.
Yeah.
Well, a couple things actually. I want to kind of. populate my website with a few more projects from last year. Update my terms of service a little bit, add a couple of things there. I want to ignite my marketing. I had to switch that off when the dance thing happened because I was
Oh yeah.
getting too many projects and I had zero time, and stuff still piled on after that. And yeah, yeah. So that's about it. And obviously the communication thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What
So,
kind of marketing do you want to focus on?
uh,
Like
I
what's worked
would
for you so far besides
mm,
your website?
corporate marketing. So for live stream or for corporate promotional, corporate highlight videos, staff interview stuff. That's been really good for the last couple of years, and I love doing that kind of stuff because it's more like Monday to Friday type of thing. So you have weekends off, do stuff with the family, and it's never past 5 p.m. So it's just a bit more of a comfort thing, and it's also a more appropriate budget. But depending how restrictions evolve this year, I might pivot into different things. But for now, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to continue doing what I did in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool.
What about you?
Uh,
What are you aiming to improve this year?
Something I remember. I think last year we both kind of decided we want to work on sound design, right? Do you remember that?
That was one thing that we both admitted we're weak on, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit better, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, most of the projects I've done don't really need sound design. It's more like, can you hear the person clearly? Do they sound good? It's not like
Mm-hmm.
a movie trailer
Mm-hmm.
or like something where you mix like 10 different layers of sound effects together. That doesn't really come up with any of my projects.
Yeah, not on a live
So
stream.
yeah, you've got like a Foley artist like board. You're like pushing all the sound effects. Squeak, door squeak and
Get into the
stuff.
chopper. Get into the chopper.
But something else I want to improve on is lighting. So
Hmm.
I I've been learning more about that at my full time job. They've got like big
Soft boxes.
aperture
Yeah.
softbox lights and like just more opportunities for me to mess around with that kind of stuff and try different
Mm-hmm.
things. So that's been something that I've been working on and I want to keep improving on and like just see what different effects I can
Yeah.
create with the lights.
Yeah, see, I'm noticing you have a backlight now that you've mentioned that. Cool, Nate. Coming
Yeah.
from your
Yeah,
left
that's
side.
new.
Yeah, yeah. Looks
Instead
good,
of
bro.
my thanks, man.
Yeah.
Instead of my softbox pointing straight at me, that kind of created a hot spot.
Mm-hmm.
I now have it aiming against the wall, and I've got my reflector with like the white diffuser side, and that's bouncing back at me. So I was like, oh, that makes me look a lot more even. And then yeah,
Yes.
I added the hair light there.
Sweet. Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast, but yeah, last year was kind of like a big revelation for me too on lighting and how like I was getting people well lit, but it was really harsh. I actually need to sell those lights. I need to get another softbox. Um, but yeah, I actually, quick funny story. One of my recurring clients that I did like 4 projects for last year, wanted a year end kind of highlight video, like the their company highlights. Like,
Mhm.
hey, this is what we've done this year, and they quickly present like snippets from their videos. And I also did a blooper reel for them. So the first project with them was with my old lighting setup, and then I got the softbox, and then the other 3 projects are with that. So you notice it. You notice it. It's like
Mm.
going back to the Stone Age. It's like kind of embarrassing. I wish like I didn't include those clips, but it's for the content because it was a funny blooper. But yeah, you just see like a very dark background, very harsh lighting, like super bright here and super shadow here, and I'm like, they were well lit, but it was not flattering at all. So yeah, lighting was Oh, you just mentioning that brought so many flashbacks to me. To the point where I realized, like, why am I keeping those lights? Is it like for green screen or something? But now I just have, I don't know. That's cool, Nate. Yeah, lighting is super fun. Especially, I hope this year you get a project that is demanding of your creative art style and you get to use mood lighting. So like
Mm.
maybe a music video clip or some sort of creative storytelling where you use like a colored light to like give like emotion. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
That would be cool. Like I remember seeing this documentary videographer explain how he was using lights that you like it looks so good in the background but you didn't even notice him, but when he starts talking about it he intentionally put this like red light to light up this portrait of this war veteran with red, and as the guy's talking about it, it's like the whole symbolism, like the subtle intentional accent of the light, like he was weaving it in, and I'm like, dude, yes, I want to be like that.
Mm. Hmm.
So yeah, that's something definitely I am continuing to improve because lighting is like you can continuously expand it. There's you can overdo it where you don't need to on certain projects, but yeah, I would love to get projects that are creatively demanding lighting wise. I would
Hmm.
love to do that. I've started doing it right with the podcast, so I'm like trying.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that contrast. It's like
Yeah,
Jekyll and Hyde there.
yeah. Oh, I was
It's very
supposed to
cool.
wear a green shirt, RGB. Oh.
Oh man, not a true gamer. uh,
Well,
well, let's see
for
what's left
for
for 2022.
for 2022, I mean, we could talk about a bunch of stuff, but I guess let's just, based on our previous questions for 2021, I would ask you what's a new experience that you're planning for 2022?
Okay, I've got one.
Yeah.
Um, a new experience. I've never done a rooftop shoot. So I want to film
Mm-hmm.
a music video where the people are on the
Ah,
roof
okay.
and I'm either filming on the roof with them
Okay.
and there's like drone coverage as well.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Right. No,
that's
because
that's
I
on my
know you
bucket
worked
list.
for a roofing company, so I'm like, dude, you've shot roofs before. What are you going on about?
Yeah. For liability, they don't let you go on the roof.
Mm,
You can just climb up like a ladder. And even then they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't go to the very top. We don't have insurance to cover you."
mm.
But no, like that's on my bucket list for this year, man.
Another thing that popped in my head as you said filming on top of a roof is The Room. When Tommy walks in, he's like, "I did not hit her. It's not true." That's
Wasn't
good.
that like green screened and like tracked
Yeah,
that
but
roof
it's a
scene?
rooftop setting.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's like they put in so much effort to make it look
Yeah.
real. Like, why?
Yeah. He actually just released a video. I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel, and he just released a video of some obviously a fan made edit of like Kermit the Frog being on the roof, and Tommy like throws the bottle and it hits Kermit and he flies down, and it's using a meme of like the Kermit falling down. It's like a yeah.
Mm,
Anyway, you probably have bigger ideas than what I'm saying right now. But okay, so you want to do something like that? That would be a new experience for you. Okay.
yeah.
What would you
What
like
about?
to do more of in 2022?
Mm, I want to do more live streams, kind of for the reasons we already went over.
Yeah, I guess that's kind
You
of been
know,
answered. Yeah.
no editing, and
Well, okay,
it's
come on. Some editing, a little bit.
depends on the package.
You know
If
what?
they
There
want
are
it,
there are live streams where you do have to go back in and do a re-edit, like slightly re-edit something. Like maybe something was said that legally we're take that out, or you mess up like a camera angle switch. You know. So sometimes a live stream might require a tweak.
yeah, a tweak. But if you nail it the first time,
Oh yeah.
then it's like smooth sailing.
The best live streams are the
Done.
ones that you get to practice before.
Mm.
Like at my church's Christmas concerts, we get like I come with the people helping me film that, and I like okay, this is the song, this is okay, this is when the solo happens. So when I tell you, hey, go on that, yeah. So yeah, planning before a live stream makes for an easy live stream on the spot.
That's a good point. Yeah, if you're able to show up for like a rehearsal,
Mm-hmm.
then
Or
do it.
if you just have a team, like somebody that you've worked with and know kind of your style, like whoever the director is, like if the director has an established communication pattern, then you can communicate with less words and get the shot quicker.
Totally. So, Doran, though, what is a new experience you are planning for in 2022?
Um, hmm, new experience.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of just mentioned that church thing. That's more of a like just doing it for church volunteer. I would love to do that scale of a project for my business. Like I've done mostly, I think I can say 95% of my work in the last 4 years has been just solo. A couple of times I had to hire one guy maybe to help me with the second camera op or something. I would love to have a big team project, like a live stream where I set up a team of like two or three other videographers and we do like a big thing. The
Mm.
pub had its own volunteers, so I was kind of directing them, but I didn't put the team together. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to have a client that says, "Hey, can you make like a four-camera live stream happen with like four camera operators?" Like, yes, I can. Like, I would love to hear that and have that opportunity in 2022, and I'm aiming for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I did the socially distanced grad ceremonies.
Hmm.
That had that same kind of vibe where you felt like, slow motion, here's the team. And then we
Hmm.
all have our certain roles. And then everybody kind of has to rely on each other to get certain things done. And you have like the headsets.
Hmm.
So you're like communicating constantly.
Ba, ba, ba. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
uh,
that'd be super fun.
yeah. I kind of like directing live streams. I
Yeah.
well, again, with enough planning and rehearsal, I haven't had a live stream that's very like I don't know the location, I don't know the content. I've only had ones where like I was able to know the content and do a rehearsal before. So far I really like those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, anything else for 2022, Doran?
I don't know, man. I think as the year progresses we can talk about it, you know? But so far it's been kind of a slow start to the year for me, and yeah, just gonna focus on my website and my marketing and try to see if I can get bigger fish this year. That's about it. Simple
Right
and
on.
focused. Improve
Mm-hmm.
on what I already have and aim big.
Sweet. Sounds like a good plan.
Hmm.
The only thing that's kind of on my radar coming up for 2022, I guess another new experience, is
Hmm.
the VideoCon.
Ooh,
It's going to
yeah.
be like that videographers conference,
Hmm.
March 31st, I think.
Yes.
So, sorry, this podcast has been dated now. It's can't be used past March 31st now. All this info is going
Well,
to
no.
be.
Hey, next year.
But yeah, I'm
It's
really
not gonna
looking
be
forward to that.
a once in a lifetime. It's gonna be once a year.
Oh, hopefully.
Maybe it'll be even
Yeah,
more often. Who knows?
maybe. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Hmm. Are you gonna vlog it?
No, I'm going to be taking lots of notes. And
Hmm.
I think I might redo my business card because it has like my old email, my old website,
Oh yeah.
old picture. I want like
Hmm.
new, nice business cards that I can hand out to everybody I network with.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Right
give them
on.
something physical. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, 2022 sounding like it's got opportunities for us. So I wish you best of business in 2022, Nate, and may the podcast flourish.
Mm. May we be so busy we don't podcast.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. We were a bit bummed out because last year we were hoping to do like more episodes, but life and 3 months of dads and third kid for you, right? And
Third kid, moving, new job, all
yeah,
that.
and then I had moving also, but here we are doing the best we can. So thank you for coming along for the ride, Mark. I know you're listening. We need to invite you. Our next guest one. Let's do Mark.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, that's a wrap for today's podcast. We've said goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022. Thank you very much for watching and listening.
Yes, and be sure to subscribe to not miss an episode of the Nate and Doran podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you use to listen. I use Overcast usually. This has been Nate and Doran. Thank you for watching and listening.